Skin that smoke wagon and see what happens.
How's that for a slice of fried gold?
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know how this machine worked.
It seems to run on some form of electricity.
And it was wrong. It was a bad call, Ripley. It was a bad call.
Bad call.
Some are good for fighting, others for dying.
It's Just Two Movies.
Welcome back to another episode of It's Just Two Movies, the show where the reviews are just as trashy as the host.
Our points and the games don't matter.
My name's Daniel King. In the studio with me this evening, the lovely Alicia.
Hello.
Hey.
Hi.
Hey, thanks for doing the show, Bae. I know it's like not your favorite thing sometimes, but I don't know, maybe
It'll grow on me.
this one you think that like a fungus.
Yeah.
Mm.
No.
Like The Last of Us when we did that Patreon content for The Last of Us.
Most of them.
Okay, yeah. Got me.
Yeah.
Yeah, if it's your first time tuning into the show, what we do is I drag somebody I know onto this podcast, and I'm like, hey, you got to watch this movie. Or they do the same thing to me. And then we find a shitty movie to watch that it's got something in common, and we have a couple of drinks, and we hope that it's so bad that it's good. That normally is not the case, but pretty high expectations. We hit our first 10 out of 10 bad movie 2 weeks ago.
You did?
Yeah.
I forgot about that. On both. Oh, the bad movie.
Oh, both were.
Oh, I was like, I thought they both were.
Both were 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a first. That's a first. We've been making a lot of episodes of this show. 1 10 out of 10 that we both agreed on.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, pretty special. But I think we got a good lineup for you. This week we're doing, I don't remember whose pick this was.
Doug. It was Doug.
Essentially Doug. Yeah, we just went, hey, we want to do a spooky movie. What recommendations do you have? And he said, this one's actually scary. And Alicia mistook it for a different movie.
Yeah.
So
I didn't even look at it because I just assumed, but you know.
I assumed that was the one. And we settled on Deadstream. Sorry, I had to look at the title of this episode. Like I'm sure you already did. But yeah, so Deadstream. Let's talk about it. I should have pulled up any information. A bad journalist. Deadstream. There it is. Is a 2022 unrated horror drama. 1 hour, 27-minute runtime. Super breezy.
Mm-hmm.
It's got a 6.4 out of 10 on IMDb, 91% on Rotten Tomatoes, 4.3 out of 5 on Shudder, 3.5 out of 5 on Letterboxd. Not fucking bad. It's got 86% of Google users like this movie. Initial release date was March 11th, 2022. Directed by Joseph Winter and Vanessa Winter. Distributed by Shudder. Music by Joseph Winter. Let's see here. Cast. Whoops. Clicked a different thing. Melanie Stone, Joseph Winter, Jared Cook, Jeremy Warner.
There's not much.
Jed Shepard, Janet Banzett, and Gabe Kastorf. That's probably literally everybody in it. Super fun movie, though. I really like the performance by Joseph Winter, who plays Sean Rudy. Sorry, like our main character. Yeah. And we'll talk a little more about that. But Alicia, spoiler free, what would you say that this movie was about?
Okay. I would say it's about a streamer influencer person. Yeah. He kind of gets shit on for his past, so he's trying to make it big again. And he locks him, he's like, the best thing is spooky shit. He doesn't like it, so he goes into a haunted house and streams it.
Yeah.
Pretty much it.
Yeah. That's pretty much it. So we are going to do all spoiler territory from here on out. If you want to go check out Deadstream, we watched it on Shudder. So there's that.
Shudder Original.
Yeah, Shudder Original. All right, spoiler territory. I liked it. Mm-hmm. This is a really fun horror movie. That did still get me with some of the jump scares and shit.
Got me a couple few times.
Got me a couple few times, yeah.
Yeah.
The most delighttul part, though, I think, is just the guy that's the host. Sean Rudy.
Well, he's one of the writers and directors, too. Because it's him and his wife who actually do it.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Winter.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember his first name.
Joseph Winter, yeah.
Yeah, but he's like one of the directors, and he acts in it.
Oh man, yeah, he's great. So he's just playing this YouTuber character.
Mm-hmm.
If you've ever seen
Yeah, I forgot
anybody
it was YouTube.
who's a professional YouTuber that's just sponsored to go out and do silly fucking shit,
Nails it. Literally.
he nails it. Yeah, it's
Because at first it's like, you want to be like, oh, not again, you know, because they're fucking annoying. Like when they're trying so hard, they're just so annoying. But he like, you know, reels you in. He's like, you know, it'll be all right.
Yeah.
You just keep watching.
He's got this elaborate plan and this elaborate setup to go live stream a thing.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like wearing all this fucking body gear and shit, and it's pretty legit. Like it's a pretty impressive setup. But I like up front when they're just like showing you who he is. They're like, "Welcome to the Sean Zone" or whatever they fucking call it. They're like, "Oh, he does this," and it's all these other little clips of him being like, when he walks up to cops and he's like, "Hey, fucker," and he just throws a donut at a cop and starts running.
Right. Well, that's why.
Because he's afraid of being chased by the cops, so he has to go confront that fear of being chased by the cops.
Right, but that's why he kind of got like slammed and put on, you know.
Was that what it was? I didn't exactly know.
Yeah, well, that, and then he says that he, you know, they called him racist and different things like that because he, got in the trunk and tried to jump the border and certain things like that.
Oh, yeah.
It's because he was streaming these things and people are like, hey, that's offensive. Quit doing that. So he just kept doing it. And then he kind of got like shadow banned, and his sponsors banned him. And, you know, and then this is like his comeback is what it is, which he does a pretty good job at it.
There's an end run joke in the movie where he's got a new sponsor. It's like an energy drink or whatever, but he doesn't want to drink it.
I don't remember the name of it.
Nor does anybody else. Yeah, it was just some generic.
Okay.
Like Thunder Quench. I don't know, something like that. But it's very funny because they bring it up multiple times, and he's like, he'll take a drink of it for the commercial, but he's like, and I brought water because.
Well, and then like he offers it to that girl, and she's like,
oh, no,
just nobody wants it. But
do you want a Thunder Punch? No, I'm all right.
Right,
Thanks,
not very good sponsorship.
No, okay. Yeah, I really enjoy that. So he's going to this haunted house, right? Like a legitimate house that is haunted, not like a haunted house.
It is a quote unquote haunted house though, which I thought was pretty neat because man, it fucking looks good for being. Just the shitty.
Yeah.
It says ultra low budget is what it says on there, which I was like, I could see that, but it looks good, like, you know, like Blair Witch style, but better, like the style and the look of it.
Yeah, hold on, I'm looking it up see what I can get on Reddit. Nothing without going too much into it.
Well, they personally said it was ultra low budget.
Ultra low budget after they paid for the tech to do all that streaming stuff.
$50,000, $75,000,
maybe, yeah,
$100,000 because it's his wife and him.
It might be.
So they're probably not paying themselves if they do.
It's probably less than $100,000.
Very ultra low budget.
Yeah, that is ultra low budget. And honestly, it looks like the whole thing. If you put some planning into it, the whole thing could have been filmed like over a long weekend.
Oh, for sure.
Because a bunch of it they could just do like in the studio, like all those clips of him like running from cops and getting smuggled across the border and all that other shit. That they could have just filmed whenever. That's like ready to just
they're very short clips.
Yeah, and it is just a couple seconds of a clip. So, man, it looks good though. The whole thing looks good, convincing as a YouTube platform thing.
Right. You do. Every time I watch any movie like that, I have to remind myself that's how it's supposed to look because I'm always like, ugh. Like I want to be like, no, I don't want to watch this, but then I have to like.
He's so fucking camera conscious too, like a YouTuber would be.
Right.
He like keeps coming back to it, and he's like, oh, no. He keeps interacting with the audience. And
yeah, he is very like making sure setting his shit up in the perfect. Like he's done his research and made sure this is going to be the best stream of his life, and you know what, it fucking is.
Certainly the last one. Yeah.
The last one.
Yeah, so as he's like walking you through this haunted house, he's telling you all the stories of like all the people that have died there and all the weird anomalies other people have seen, like ghost hunters and shit, adding a nice layer of lore to it where it's not just like guy goes to a house, oh, it's haunted.
Right.
Like, he knows it's haunted. Let's talk about
Right.
the reason that it's haunted, yada, yada, yada.
Well, each
And it was
room has its own story also, which is
pretty
neat.
good.
Because
It has a good, like, it does good at building, I don't want to say like a foreboding tone, but like a creepy atmosphere. And then you have this guy who's kind of a nut job, and he'll be like, ah!
right.
You know,
Just
dude, his scream is perfect. It's perfect.
yeah, I love it because it's just like it is. That's exactly what I would sound like.
Because it sounds fake, but I don't think it is. Like, I think
Right.
it's just a real, genuine
Right.
scream.
But it does sound like that they've like scared him and once and then recorded it and then just used it every time. Like that was perfect actually. Let's
yeah,
just use this
we're just
every
going to
single
use
time.
that, like the Wilhelm scream.
Right.
Oh, that's good stuff, man. That's good stuff. So I like that, you know, he's there alone,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and he's like, his following's like going up. More people are tuning in. They're like, no, do it, man. Go check it out. Go check that.
Well, the
fucking creepy
chat
thing
is
out.
hilarious, which I like. The chat was
Yeah.
probably one of my favorite parts because it's like people just like
There's so many little jokes in
right,
there.
and
Yeah.
it's you can't catch it all. There's no way.
No,
But
there's tons of 'em.
every three is a joke or just
Mhm.
like I don't know. It's just so funny. Like the guys on there, they're like, you know what? Fuck, I'm out of here. If you're not gonna do this, I'm out of here, bro. And then he's like, no, whoa, wait,
Hold on.
I'll do it. Fuck, I don't want to do it, but I'll do it.
Right. And then he's got there's a bit where so he's like, I got a safe room. There's a safe room where nobody's ever been murdered in this room. And he goes in the one room. There is a like a tribal painting on a wooden board
Right.
in a closet. And he's like, fuck is this freaky thing? And throws it on the ground. And later he stomps on it. But that was the like protective seal for that room.
That's why that room
he's
was
in.
safe.
Yeah, that's why that
Right.
was his safe room. Although it was like upstairs in a corner of the house where it's like
Fuck you.
good
right.
fucking luck getting
Well,
out.
and that was the thing too, is which I did appreciate him. He went through the steps of being like, okay, if I was in a haunted house and I was gonna, you know what I mean? Like, he locks the door behind him. He, you know what I mean? Throws his spark plugs in the woods from his car because he can't run away and he
Yeah.
can't do this. So it's like he eliminated all those scenarios that most people in watching a haunted movie or a scary movie would be like, just get in your car, just fucking run downstairs, just go
Yeah.
out the door. He like eliminated
covered all those bases.
most of them, yes.
Well, his shtick as a YouTuber is he's a huge pussy.
Right.
That's his shtick. And he's like conquering his fears or
Right.
whatever as a huge pussy. So he knows he's going to want to leave,
Mhm.
even if nothing happens. But he sabotages himself from the get-go.
Right.
Like, even the way he gets in, how does he originally get in?
He
Oh my God, he like stomps everywhere he goes. He like stomps and like jumps. And I'm like, oh, there's a bit where he's like walking across like floor joists. And I'm like, oh my
that was
God.
at the that's how he gets in.
Yeah, it's at the beginning. I'm like, you're going to fucking break your leg before you even get in the
Right.
house. Or
Well-
or that'll come into play later. It never did.
Right. Well, that's
Weirdly.
all I was saying about him doing that stuff. That made me as a watcher. Yes, it was for him in the movie, but as a person who's watching the movie, it's like every scary movie you're watching, you're like, oh,
Yeah.
just do this, just do that. But he can't because he already showed you that he eliminated that.
Sabotage.
So for on
yeah.
both ends, it was like one of those things where I was like,
Mhm.
okay, well, what the fuck's he gonna do? You know what I mean?
Right. And that bit with him like skipping across those floor joists or whatever, even
Mhm.
that I have a visceral reaction to that, and I'm like, oh my God, look at this fucking guy. So I've already built in my head an image of this guy is just kind of fucking asking for it. Like, he's kind of a dumbass,
Literally,
and he's kind of asking for it.
literally.
And
He did.
that's and then they never bring that back. Those floor joists never come into play. That's a very deliberately
Mhm.
shot part of it to present you with, look at this guy, look at him.
Look at
This
this
is what
asshole.
kind of guy this
Yeah.
guy is. Man, I'd be careful as fuck, especially with all that camera rig on me. Get the fuck
Yeah,
out of
because
here.
he does have the mindset of just like nothing. You get the feeling that nothing's gonna happen.
Nothing actually
I
bad
don't
is
really
going to happen
believe
to
in
him.
ghosts. Like it's fine,
Yeah.
but if there was,
I'd be
it'd be here for one.
no ghosts aside.
I need a beer.
That old ass building still dangerous as fuck.
Yeah,
Just being in that old ass building when he's
It
like
looks
stomping
like
up
a
the stairs, I'm
fucking-
like, what the hell's the matter
it
with
looks
you?
like barns that I used to go in to like drink and shit.
Yeah.
Like the oldest, like the wood is like
damn straight.
gray.
Yep.
Like literally.
I stayed in a hunting cabin one time and they're like, don't walk in that half of the house. I'm like, fuck, goddamn, bro. Me and your brother got real drunk there. It was a good time.
Oh, I was like, which one? Which hunting cabinet? Which brother?
No. Sean and not one that's around here. It wasn't like one of your families or anything.
Okay.
It was like somebody else's cabin.
Yeah.
We had a good time though. Yeah, so he's got a safe room set up. He's walked around and put up cameras in all these other rooms where
strategically.
He's
very strategic.
He's telling you all the fucking lore about how creepy these fucking places are. Now from here, like story-wise, I don't think I can really spoil anything, so I'm just going to say the hauntings get more intense.
Right.
And then he eventually dies.
Yeah, he's just done.
That's just how the movie wraps up. The only other thing that I did want to mention is he's in a safe room, shit's starting to get weird, and another human person appears. Right. And he's like, oh my God. And she's like, I'm just a big fan. I fucking tracked you here, actually.
She got them creepy eyes.
Which is creepy enough. Yeah.
He's just like, ooh, a person. Oh, yeah. Oh, I don't know. Why the fuck is another person here?
Right. Why are you here, actually? Right. Turns out she was a ghost the whole time.
Well, she's the ghost.
She's the ghost. Excuse me. Yeah, she's the ghost. And, that little caveat's in there as well. How did you feel about the appearance of all the supernatural looking stuff?
They're pretty creepy. For real. The just the placement of them was really creepy. Even when there was like literally no movement or like they weren't doing anything, because he did promise himself and his viewers that if there was any type of activity, he has to investigate it.
Yeah.
Which made it better, because you knew, regardless, I don't care if it's a mouse, he's going to go look for it, or has to.
Yeah.
Or supposed to.
Raccoon, possum.
Right. Any noise, any creak, any whatever, he's supposed to investigate it, which ultimately made it creepier, because you're like, fuck, he's got to go, you know.
I don't know where he lives.
So it'd be
what
like,
if it's a mountain lion?
Oh, it'd be like on his camera, just a silhouette. And you're like, oh, man, that's creepy. It looks good. But then like the fucking guy in the bathtub thing, that looked really good.
That did look
And
good.
then Chrissy is her name. She's the girl that shows up.
Yeah.
When she turns into this almost like zombie type.
Yeah, it's like a zombie looking
Yeah,
thing.
she looks really
She's
good
got those-
too, especially for
Those
like
fingers,
if
the
I
fingers
didn't
that were getting long. She had her fingers were getting long.
that would creeped me out, because when he started turning, he had one that started doing that.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh, he's done.
Yeah.
Like that's
she had
nasty.
She had these fucking nasty ass fingernails, and she shoves her finger up his nose
multiple times.
And he fucking
like...
he throws her and like gets off and fucking runs downstairs, and then like 2 or 3 minutes elapse, and he's like, what the fuck? And he like is picking in his nose and pulls out that fucking fingernail.
Yeah.
Nasty as fuck.
It's so gross.
I think the tall man or the thin man or whatever he called him, just a spooky boogin.
Yeah.
That thing I thought looked good. The kid with 2 heads.
Oh, I forgot about him. That looked really good.
That looked surprisingly good.
That was
yeah.
super creepy.
I was very into that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I imagine their budget for like makeup and prosthetics and shit, I imagine a bunch of it went into that. I mean, whatever they spent, probably half of it. I mean, you need the tech to shoot the movie. But, they didn't shoot it in, like, a movie-style camp. It's not shot in a film camera. It's shot in all these, like, GoPros and shit.
Yeah, so it makes it, kind of like, when the Blair Witch first came out, stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
Because that was, like, super popular, which this is way better than the Blair Witch to me.
I think so. I haven't seen the Blair Witch Project since it came out. And I remember being like, oh, yeah, I guess it's kind of fun. It's like found footage. It's neat.
Oh, yeah.
And then that genre got absolutely fucking beat to death for the next 10 years.
Well, they did a good job bringing it back, because that was just last year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they still do some good found footage stuff. I'm glad it's less popular now that it's kind of peppered in. I'm cooler with it. Yeah, really good, like spooky boogans and shit. I like the way that this guy is absolutely, truly a huge pussy the whole time.
Oh, for sure.
Like right up until his death.
I liked?
What?
I liked that you literally jumped multiple times.
Oh yeah, it's got
because
some jump scares.
Never do. You're like, oh, you want to watch a scary movie? I'm like, yeah. And you're like, ho, it's gonna scare you. Like, and then you literally are like, oh my fucking god, oh shit.
I'm jumpy, man. I'm a jumpy motherfucker.
You are, but not normally. Like, because most scary movies aren't scary. And this wasn't like scary. It was perfectly like peppered in the like jump scares and the like little bit of gore and the like scary moments that it made it seem like a scary movie. But it was super fun to just watch and go through.
The last good jump scare that I remember that like got me quite good was during Smile. When that lady walks up to the car and then
you
her
asked
head
if I
flops
wanted
down.
to do that movie, and I was like, I'm not watching that again. I will. I mean, Halloween is coming up. I'm sure we'll watch it again because you know we have a daughter who likes scary movies. But I'm like, I'm not willingly watching that movie again because it fucking came on one night. Like I don't know what we were watching, a scary-ish movie, and then I woke up and that movie was on, and I was like, oh, what the fuck? I'm not. Okay, turn off. Like fucking, I don't know. Put MasterChef back on, please.
You gotta be fucking kidding me.
Yeah, it was creepy as hell. And her, just, so no thanks. I will not willingly watch that movie again.
That's how I feel about the lady that's in Evil Dead Rise. Like, good role, well acted, but that lady's just got the creepiest fucking smile.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, she just is genuinely horrifying.
Right.
Yeah, and the makeup just fucking adds to it. It would be a creepy-ass smile on a Tuesday afternoon. You know what I mean?
Tuesday morning.
Yeah, why not?
Sunday morning, rain is falling.
Let's see here. Where was I going with that? Okay, like all the spooky boogans. That's good stuff. I like the story. I like the story and the character. You know what I mean? It's fine. I like the way that he's such a hopeless fucking idiot.
Right.
That he's like...
Do you expect him to fail, for one?
The shit that he tries to rectify the situation he's in. Jesus fucking Christ, this guy's an
He cracks me.
idiot.
He runs in the closet and covers up with a sheet.
Right.
He's just like, oh fuck, guys, what do I do?
Fuck, guys, what do I do?
Yeah, no one's there per se, but there is millions, literally at this point, millions of people watching him, and he runs in the closet, and I love how every door doesn't it shuts inward.
Right.
So you can't hold it if there was someone coming after you.
Right.
And I was like, that part, it literally, it creeped me out so bad. I'm like, why do none of these doors shut from the inside out?
Right.
To where you can push against it, you know, or hold. I don't know. I was just like, but none of them did. And I don't know. It was very good.
Yeah,
I liked
that's
it.
fucking creepy shit. I had a fun time with this.
Yeah, I did too.
Would highly recommend, especially if it's one you haven't seen. I mean, this is a fun, it feels Halloween-y too.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I think this is a good, Halloween flick. Good one you could watch with your family, I think. There wasn't anything that I wouldn't let my 13-year-old watch.
No.
No. It's a good enough, clean fun.
The bits where
he'll cuss and he'll go, fuck. He'll be like, shit. And he'll be like, oh, that wasn't even that bad of a one.
Because he's still trying to please his sponsors this whole entire time.
Oh, dude, the end runs on that stuff is great. He's like, there should be a 3-strike system. And then later he'll be like, fuck. Strike.
Right.
He just says it just under his breath.
That one didn't count.
Yeah. Strike 2. Fuck.
He's like, that one shouldn't count because it didn't say whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, good stuff, man. Good fucking funny flick, I think. Would highly recommend this one. Check it out.
Yeah.
As far as
and we'll probably watch it again with Maddie because
yeah, I think so. This would be a good Halloween
She sat in there for a second and then walked into her room because she's a teenager. That's what she does. But because it's spooky season,
well, listen,
we'll have her watch it again.
We don't normally have Shudder, but we got Shudder for the month of October, and I fully intend on abusing that power because there is a ton of shit I want to watch on Shudder. One thing I want to watch is God, what's his name? Phil Tippett, maybe Phil Tippett, I think. God, there's some mad nerds out at me right now out on the internet. I believe his name's Phil Tippett. He has a stop motion animation film on Shudder that took 15 years to shoot.
Good
and it's called Mad God, and he's the master of stop motion. And I really fucking want to watch it. I don't think there's any dialogue, but supposedly it's quite good. which we recently watched another movie without any dialogue, but we can talk about that later.
Oh, yeah.
So as far as Deadstream, how many GoPro thumbs? You
GoPro
thinking?
thumbs?
Yeah.
No weird thumbnails.
Thumbnail thumbs?
Yuck.
Ooh, that's a good
Well,
one. We could do those creepy thumbnail or the really long fingers.
I will say this. I want to do real quick, only because like Chrissy, the girl who's in the movie,
Yeah.
she definitely, I just want to, for like 2 seconds, she definitely makes it too.
Oh,
she's
she's dynamite.
charismatic, and she's so like loves the
Eerie.
horror, and she loves it. She like wants to be there. She makes it seem like that she just missed all the way to the closet.
Nobody knows until you say that.
Well, anyway,
Swish.
yeah, you missed. But she really, without that extra person, like if she wasn't in it,
It wouldn't have carried.
but
I
she
don't
was
think.
just the monster,
Yeah.
it wouldn't have. But it really,
Yeah.
it really tied it all together, because she does like pepper in these little things about how she is that person, but you don't pick up on them until the close to the end.
Yeah.
And she does a really good job.
Quite
she
good.
looks really
Without her, I don't think his shtick would have carried the whole movie.
No,
She's a great addition.
no, and you know what? His followers agreed. He was like, "We love Chrissy, we love her," you know. And they're like, "Fine, you can stay."
After they find
He's
out
just
that
like a little
she's a ghost or a murderer or whatever, the one guy's like, "I'd still smash."
Right, a smasher. Right, but
Oh,
yeah,
it's funny shit, man. Funny,
Yeah.
funny shit. Funny to make fun of people on the internet. Hey,
and that's why people do it.
How many? Okay, if all your fingers are thumbs, but all those thumbs are really long fingers, how many thumbs would you give this out of 10?
I gotta go. I can do like for a scary movie. It's really good. Because I don't.
I'm glad you liked it so
do
much.
Scary stuff.
We
I do
don't-
like scary. I'm
we don't-
air quoting.
We don't normally do movies for the podcast that neither of us have seen. I just want to put that on.
Right,
the
we
record.
did
Neither
just
of us had
wing
seen
it.
this. We just took this as a recommendation.
Right, and it turned out really good.
Yeah.
Short and sweet, to the point. You know, I don't. I'm gonna say a 9.
9 long finger.
Yeah,
thumbs.
because I would watch maybe a little more. Only because I would watch it again.
Bump it up if you want. That
I'll do
is part of
9.5 because
that is
I
part
would
of my
watch it again.
criteria. Yeah, we've done like maybe 2 movies on here that I would give like a 9 or a 9.5 and be like, I don't want to watch it again though. Like it's
Oh.
great, but I'll never watch it.
See,
Again.
I'll probably.
This I would watch again. This has replay value, I think.
It does, especially because we'll probably watch it again within the coming weeks because it's going to be Halloween.
Yeah.
And then, it just might be one of those classics that we put on every year just for
Yeah.
fun. So,
I think
definitely.
I think so. I think this is a great one.
Yeah.
I think
and the acting was good. It didn't feel like they were just
it didn't feel forced.
regular.
The lead, the guy that's literally on screen the entire time, knocked it out of the park.
Yeah.
I think.
Well, and so the girl. The girl did a good job.
I
Chrissy.
think I'm gonna go with you. I'm gonna do 9.5 as well. Where'd you go? Did you do 9 or 9.5? 9 or
I said
9.5?
9, but then since I would watch it more than one more time, definitely.
Yeah.
It was fun. I liked it a lot.
Yeah, that was my big takeaway from it. Was this was fun?
Mm-hmm. That's what Doug said, but also it was still. I would still get spooked and jump scared, and the monsters look like the few that you see. They're creepy. They look good. You know what I mean? Like I don't know how much glue they used or whatever they gotta use, but they fucking made it look pretty good.
It fucking look good. So, as far as haunted houses go, we're now gonna go watch a hot piece of neon trash from the 80s. I think it's 80s. House 2, The Second Story. Have you ever seen these? No.
What?
I think I might have seen one of the House movies when I was.
I know
a kid.
you like to do the sequels, so I just
Yeah. Normally we just omit the first one and do like 2 or 3.
Right.
Once we did like 4 or 5. Okay, so we're gonna go check that out. We'll be right back. Here's some jams.
We're gonna get up in it, boy.
lemon drop is
Drying you out?
tart. It's supposed to be. It is tasty, though. Okay, we're back. We watched House 2, Electric Boogaloo. House 2, The Second Story. Well, this was not at all what I thought
No.
we were in for. Not even close. This is a PG-13, 1987 horror adventure film. Just there's so many.
Looked at the rating.
There's so many things wrong with that first bit that I said. 1 hour, 28-minute runtime. We watched it on Tubi, which pretty light on ads.
Maybe like
three ads.
Yeah,
like
I was
maybe,
like, it wasn't too bad.
Maybe a minute and a half.
The ad wasn't. Yeah.
Not bad. Let's see here. Original release date was August 28th, 1987. It's got a 5.4 out of 10 on IMDb, a 7% on Rotten Tomatoes. 88% of Google users like this.
Which I thought is weird.
I did not like it. I did not like it. It just...
I did.
What, you did not like it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll get there. This is, of course, a sequel to the first film, House. Story by Fred Decker, distributed by New World Pictures. Stars, let's just roll right into that. Royal Dano as Gramps. Devin DeVasquez as the Virgin. Ari Gross. Kane Hodder. Lar Park Lincoln. Bill Maher. Gus Rethwich, I don't recognize him. John Ratzenberger. Hey, this is the guy from Cheers. Yeah, nice... Good spot.
He should have been up on the playlist.
It's his It's his voice. I was like, I didn't get a good look at his face, but I'm like, man, I fucking know that guy. And you're like, that's the dude from Cheers. His face was the same.
He was still even wearing the same stuff.
And let's see here. I also wanted to mention Dwyer Brown. He played Clarence, the guy with the fucking Lloyd Christmas Dumb and Dumber haircut. And Amy Yazbek, who's in some other stuff, which Birdman brought up 2 weeks ago. Problem Child.
Oh, yeah.
She's the mom in Problem Child.
Yeah, she is.
Okay. What would you say this is about?
This guy goes back to a home that his parents and grandparents and great-grandparents had lived in previously, and he uncovers his great-grandfather's spirit. And then they just kind of hang out. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, you're not wrong. I
get it. They're trying to get this like skull thing, but like other than
there's
that,
a crystal skull, and he's like, "Oh, it's fine."
Like Grandpa just wants to hang out.
Yeah, he just wants to drink beer and play with the dog
and be like, "Oh, you're my great grandson. Call me Pappy.
Gramps.
Grampy. Gramps.
Call me Grampy."
But I was like, and he's fine. The grandpa's really funny in it, but
yeah, I don't know how to talk about this. Okay, so if you look up a poster. Like the
poster looks pretty good.
The promotional poster looks fucking great. Looks like you're in for a very creepy, like serious time.
Yeah, but like this 80s style.
This is like
horror.
This really reminds me of Frighteners, but this is a more comedic type of Ghostbusters. Like that just style, that kind of vibe that Ghostbusters had. Like,
I mean, it was kind of funny, but
there's ghosts and they might be a little.
There's not ghosts. It
might be a little spooky, but we're having fun. It's Ghostbusters. Is a comedy.
Is way scarier.
It is way
creepier
scarier, which
and
is weird.
Spookier.
This is silly.
There's like
shit.
one ghost and then two ghosts.
Yeah, there's puppets and fucking stop motion animation. And I mean, puppets and stop motion animation aren't inherently bad. I happen to love puppets and stop motion animation. But this is 1987.
Yeah.
So like some good effects would not have been
hard,
impossible by any stretch of the imagination, other than just a dude in a suit. And another dude in a suit
who wore a mask.
2 puppets.
That caterpillar dog.
And 2 stop-motion animation things.
That caterpillar dog is pretty cool.
The caterpillar dog
I did like that.
I love the creature designs. That's what I'm saying. Like, I didn't hate this.
Well, I didn't say I hated it.
Oh, okay.
I
didn't.
that.
I liked it. I just don't like it
enough to watch it again. Okay.
I don't like it enough to have paired it with Deadstream on this podcast.
Well,
because there's not like much. You would think a movie called House 2, a horror movie called House 2,
the second story
would really involve a haunted house in this.
Well, on Deadstream too. Yeah, on
Deadstream
doesn't. They're doing the haunted house and in the second story and just different things. It related a lot of ways and it just did not connect in any of those ways.
Like the main characters are idiots.
Right. Well, I mean, he's an idiot in Deadstream, so
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I mean, that connects.
Yeah, that works. That works.
Yeah.
Much better than the haunted house vibe because there's nothing about the house that's haunted. It's just a fucking weird house. It's big and weird, and all the like styles in it kind of clash.
It's creepy house.
Yeah, it's kind of
like when they first get to the house and she's like, "Oh, we're living here now. Oh, is there electric?" And he's like, "Yeah."
Our house is baller for like 86, 87.
Yeah, no, it's a nice, creepy house, but
every door in that place is a double door.
Yeah,
that's dope. You go take a bathroom and just open both doors to leave open while you take a shit.
Go take a bathroom. Let me go take a Joe. Wipe your dirt.
you know the drill.
Yeah. I mean, the house is fine. It's just nothing.
It's not haunted.
Nothing happens for it to be haunted.
Yeah, it's just a weird house. Like the crystal skull is what's haunted, and they just keep it in the house. So it might seem like the house is haunted, but the house is just a regular ass house.
Right.
It's just where they keep this haunted artifact.
Yeah. I did like the bird.
Yeah, I like the birds.
Which is funny because, like, where did the bird come from?
The crystal skull opens portals in the house.
Yeah, but it's like a prehistoric bird.
Yeah, it's like a...
I get it. It's supposed to be old, but it's like...
It's like a pterodactyl, but it's not.
Right. It's like a vulture. Oversized vulture.
Yeah.
With gray hair and old.
Yeah. I do think the like costume and makeup effects and shit like that, I thought it looked all right. Like generally speaking for the whole film. I thought all of that stuff looked okay except for the bad guy, the main bad guy.
Oh.
He looked the worst because his mouth didn't articulate, but he talked a lot.
Mm.
You know what I mean? But his teeth are like shut. Oh, sorry, his teeth are like shut. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I just, for the most part, it was just not very entertaining. There was no entertainment value.
Yeah.
Like the description and just if you Google it and you scroll to like, the first page of Google and it's like, hey, it's supposed to be, I don't know, ominous and scary and this and that and the other, and it's like it's literally none of those things.
No, it's not. It's a
it
comedy.
had 4 words that described it, and it was none of those things. So I was pretty disappointing on it.
Yeah,
and it just honestly, I know it's a short movie, but
it's supposed to be a comedy. All right, somebody's gonna crucify me for saying this, but I don't think the movie Teen Wolf is very funny.
I don't know what that is.
It's a comedy with Michael J. Fox, Teen Wolf from the 80s, where he's like, whoa, I'm a werewolf and I can play basketball.
Oh.
You know what I'm talking about? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I don't watch that.
I don't think it is a comedy. I just don't find it funny.
Well, there's a lot of comedies they do that with.
That like level of like very white bread ass comedy is the same thing this is doing.
Yeah, but Teen Wolf did try harder.
Teen Wolf had Michael J. Fox.
I was like, well, and that's a lot of things too. Is like some of those movies, they call it comedy because the person's supposed to be a comedian.
Michael J. Fox is funny,
right? And he is. So they'll like classify it as a comedy because that one person's in it, even if the like comedy doesn't hit.
I think if I would have grown up in a world where Teen Wolf didn't exist and it came out now, it would fucking kill me.
I'll watch it again.
Like
When's the last time you watched it?
I get like it's already peppered into my subconscious because it's in the zeitgeist, in the society that I live in. I haven't seen Teen Wolf in like fucking 20 years, and I remember thinking like, whatever. I like
that was 20 years. There, you were a teenager.
Yeah. Because, and I already knew a bunch of shit about it. I still already know a bunch of shit about it. It's besides the point. We're not here to talk about Teen Wolf.
No.
But I'm saying that brand of comedy is what this is attempting without Michael J. Fox.
Right. Yeah, because it definitely did feel like the kind of movie like every fucking 80s dad watched.
When the guy pulls out a gun and he's like, whoa, what is that? What is that, a machine gun? And he's like, this, my friend. No. This, my friend, is an Uzi. It's a machine.
I did like him.
His dumbass friend?
Yeah. I didn't really like him.
But
I liked him, and like he was.
I wish he was full Lloyd Christmas, like with the chipped tooth and the fucking.
Yeah, if he would have gone a little harder, it would have made the movie a little better.
Yeah.
They all had the same energy. Like, throughout the whole thing.
Yeah.
Even the ghost, the fucking everything did.
The girlfriend, the
everybody.
singer lady.
No one had any more. No one was, like, a little more excited. And no one was a little less excited. Or, like, it was all the same exact energy throughout the whole thing. And it just kind of was like, okay. Like,
if anything,
was there laughter? I don't even know.
Royal Dano was going harder than anybody. The, like, Gramps.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I liked Gramps.
He actually did a great job. Part of what reminds me of fucking Frighteners, because I don't know why I'm on this Michael J. Fox kick. I think it's because this reminded me of Frighteners so much.
I don't know what that is.
In the movie Frighteners, Michael J. Fox, I haven't seen this in a really super long time, but he plays like a paranormal investigator type guy or whatever, and he's like hunting demons or bad ghosts or whatever he's doing. But he has a team of unlikely sidekicks, and there's like a guy that he's like a stoner or whatever. He was killed in a drunk driving accident. Like he drove drunk and got killed. He's got another guy that's like an old Western type guy that's just like that dude in that movie we just watched. And there's a bit when there's like an Egyptian queen or whatever, and they throw open the casket and it's just bones. And he's like, I like it when they lie still like that. Yeah, it's super fucking creepy shit. But like that, this reminds me of that. I don't know which came first, the chicken or the egg. I'm going to say Frighteners came much later, like mid-90s maybe.
Oh.
But yeah, this has really got that kind of vibe to it because it is kind of hokey.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it could be very good.
Yeah.
It really could be very good. And Gramps, yeah, I really liked him. He was funny. He was, he's your old Western grandpa who fucking came from the grave. I'm glad someone finally got me out of here, or whatever he says. He's like, yeah, he's probably one of the best parts of it. Like, it's like, oh, like, little delight, little treat seeing him in it.
There is a funny bit. I swear to God, I'm going to make a meme about this. But it's like, oh, dad doesn't want dog. Gets dog anyway. Dad and dog.
Yeah.
And it shows them like snuggling or whatever. I'm just going to get one where it's like an angry skull, just an angry, like a biker skull or whatever. And it says, Dad doesn't want dog or pillar. Gets dog or pillar anyway. And then just a screenshot of him fucking feeding beer in a baby bottle to that fucking thing. Oh, what a fun puppet, though, man.
Yeah, I know. I did like that. It was very...
a lot of the puppetry's good. That baby pterodactyl-looking thing.
Yeah.
Sick.
That was good, too.
Loved it, yeah.
It was. It was really just the people in it.
What do you think of the actual crystal skull?
It could have been a million different things.
Yeah.
Like, it literally looked like my grandma's, like, china looked better, more convincing than that.
If I close my eyes and I think of a crystal skull,
it just looked like
it doesn't
an
look
ice,
like that.
like a skull that was like an ice cube that was shaped in a skull.
It looks like
that glowed.
You can probably get a silicone mold for ice cubes for a whiskey glass that look exactly like this skull. It's like, I don't know, it's
probably better just because of the age.
What's it called? It's like a Spanish holiday. They do the Day of the Dead.
I don't know.
Dios de la Muerte or whatever. I don't fucking know what it's called. Don't at me over that. I don't know what it's called. But yeah, that the Day of the Dead, like those kind of
It could have literally
take
been
one of those
anything else.
take one of those
also.
skulls and then take off all the fun designs, and it's just that skull by itself.
Yeah, but it could have been anything else. Like literally, it could have been
a crystal
a
penis.
fucking, been even better. It could have been like a petrified spider that, like, you know what I mean, like
that'd be
something
pretty
like that.
dope.
Just
Okay. Okay. Thank you. You brought me to my next thing. What do you do differently if somebody puts you in charge of this and says, Alicia, we're gonna reboot House 2.
we're not rebooting it.
We're rebooting the House franchise.
You knock it down and
Taika
you build from the
Waititi.
ground. That's what you do.
Taika Waititi and James Wan are working on House 1, the reboot, and you are set to I don't know.
I mean,
direct
honestly,
House 2.
there's like
what do you do? Who do you get for stuff?
Well, I don't know about getting people for stuff, but I do know that you make your people maybe a little more interactive and excited.
Maybe, yeah.
And like you could probably push them a little to like up their game on the actual acting.
I don't hate the camera work.
No, it looked fine. It looked
yeah.
like seriously, it looked like
Pretty procedural.
It looked like a lot of the movies my dad would watch when I was a kid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was fine. It's fine. They're all shot similar.
That fucking Days of Thunder, baby.
Yeah, like, I don't know. They just kind of all look the same, but you just kind of like, I don't know, either up the acting or like can them a little because, or at least one of them let them meld a little bit better.
Who do you get if you're remaking this present day? Who do you get for any of the roles? You think? I probably would go like.
I'm gonna do what the hell is his name for Gramps? You love him. I can't think of his name.
What's he in?
Brad? What's his name?
John Lithgow.
Yeah, John Lithgow. Yeah, him or Grandpa.
I do love fucking John. Okay,
well, if you're
I like
doing
that.
that,
I'll bite.
he
Are we
or-
doing comedy or do you want to make this? I think it kind of has to be comedy.
It would be comedy. And then you wouldn't do, because it's kind of like a comedy Western. Not sure what's going on with the Western part, but you just take that out.
I don't know. We'll get Birdman to chime in on this one at some point because he loves a Western.
It is Western-y, though.
It's for being like not in the suburbs. It's like in the nice part, like the very like elite.
Yeah, it
part,
starts
nice
out
of the
Western-y, and then it like you forget that it is because like nothing happens where it's like, and then it comes back like with Western. And then there's nothing, and then ends like Wild Wild West style. You're like, what?
Yeah,
like, what?
It's
like,
October,
right off into the sunset.
It's October 30th, 1986.
Right.
Yeah, it is weird because this opens like the Beverly Hillbillies.
Yeah.
The middle of it is like Journey to the Center of the Earth, and then the end of it,
Blazing Saddles.
No, the other one, the only other one. I was gonna say Gold Diggers.
Top Gun. I don't know.
No, it's got fucking Billy Crystal.
And, fucking. What is it?
City Slickers.
Yeah, I was like.
And it fucking ends like City Slickers. It's weird as shit. Yeah, fucking crazy movie. I guess I would like give it more direction, or maybe that's a marketing thing. Because it looks and reads like a very like serious, scary, fucking creepy fucking thing, and it's not at all. There is nothing creepy about this whole movie except maybe a silhouette.
No,
Nope.
No, I don't think so.
I did like when they go in the jungle bit and there's like a sandworm type monster from Beetlejuice and it eats that fucking dude or whatever.
Yeah,
I thought that
was okay.
right.
Yeah. No, that was fine.
Some of the stop motion stuff's all right. Maybe I dial that up a little bit, get a little more creative with it. I would make
think
I would make it not a multiverse thing.
Oh. Well, yeah, I think the acting is it just needs to be upped a little. Amp it up a little.
Yeah.
It's not that they're bad because they're just like very neutral. They're just kind of
okay. So get Mark Wahlberg as the main character since he's a little guy.
Just do Daddy's Home, but
maybe get Vince Vaughn as his buddy, or fucking Ryan Gosling as the buddy.
Well, what's his face? What is that movie? A dodgeball. He's like the
Vince Vaughn?
no.
Oh, White Goodman?
No.
Steve the Pirate.
No. The guy, it's the other guy. He's the fucking the coach for the other team in dodgeball. What is his name? I'm going crazy.
The coach for the bad guy team?
Yes.
It's White Goodman.
No, it's not.
No, that's the character's name. It's
What's his name?
Ben Stiller.
Yes.
Okay.
He plays a character in a movie. Is it not Seabiscuit? I don't know why. He's got the short. He's like, he's mentally challenged. He's slow.
Okay.
He's got that. Like
He's got the rec specs on?
Yeah. No, he's got the haircut and he's got like the teeth. What is that?
Oh, he's playing Simple Jack in fucking Tropic Thunder. Tropic Thunder Strikes Again.
I was like, it reminded me of him. It reminded me of that. Like he should be trying. Like, that's what he was trying for.
Yeah. Okay. I get recast Ben Stiller as the buddy.
I seriously was blanking on Ben Stiller. Which
man, that's fucking gold. Yeah, you're right though. You're absolutely right.
Which
he kind of was doing some Simple Jack shit.
Which I'm not saying that he needs to play, someone with challenges. However, it would have been more believable if he did.
Yeah.
He either did or didn't have them. But yeah. And I don't know. He was okay.
One of these days we're gonna cover Tropic Thunder on here.
You never did yet?
No, that'll probably be the last when I retire. That'll be the last episode we ever do is Tropic Thunder,
and Derek,
and then also Tropic Thunder. I'll do Tropic Thunder, and then I'll have a different friend come over and review Tropic Thunder again for a second time.
That's a pretty good idea. I like that. I like that. I wonder how that would go
next week.
You can. No, I'm just curious about how that would go if you had someone suggest a movie and they're like, "Oh, I love this movie." And then someone who's like, it's fine or whatever.
Yeah.
And then you had them both on.
Yeah.
But they didn't know.
No, they didn't know.
I think that'd be pretty interesting.
I think you're right.
But the Tropic Thunder thing, definitely gotta get Derek on.
Gotta fucking love Tropic Thunder. I would love to get Derek on the podcast if we could get him up here. Or I could take the stuff down there. But I know when we everybody who's been on this podcast, I think mostly, I'd say 90% of people that have been on this podcast all know who we're talking about. It's just an old friend of ours, and he lives kind of far away. Just far away enough where we only see him every couple of months. But should be again soon. Hey, what if I can get him on because I can take everything on the Surface Pro, so I wonder if we could just
I don't know.
Make like an antique and get this on the road
or something.
Show. The phone thing sucks. Anyway, let's okay, so let's see here. Yeah, I guess tonally I just would go full comedy thing. Like maybe the Crystal Skull is haunted in a way such when you put it
Ben Stiller's face.
When you put it back when you put it back on the bone throne or whatever and it lights up, maybe that activates a haunting within the house and make that scary.
But the movie went over by the time he put it back on the bone throne.
No, he put it on the bone throne like the first 10 minutes.
No,
I'm saying get rid of the fucking people like the caveman and he's not a cave. He's like he's from the Stone Age and then he just has a machete. I'm like, that's not from the fucking Stone Age. You didn't have that. You had like a fucking antler.
Yeah. Also,
or a sharpened bone. With a rock affixed to
sharpened bone would be creepier.
Sharpened bone would be creepier, yeah, for sure. I just get rid of the weird time traveler shit for me. You know what I mean?
It would probably make more sense.
Yeah, it would. To just be like, oh, this crystal skull, it's got to be here, and it grants your great granddaddy eternal life, but it has to stay.
Just get rid of the skull
on this bone throne.
Skull.
Well, it's got nothing to do with the house. I guess we'd
just
have to see
make
what
it your old grandpappy's fucking watch. I don't care.
We're gonna have
Anything
to.
else?
We're gonna have to get a hold of fucking Taika Waititi and James Wan and see what they're doing with the first one, so we can make sure it's canon.
Oh, is that who did the first one?
No, it's just.
Oh, I was like, oh shit.
No, earlier I was like, we're remaking it. We're rebooting it. Taika Waititi and James Wan. I bet that'd be a fun pair. Because,
Yeah,
Taika
probably.
Waititi did Jojo Rabbit and Hunt for Wilder People. James Wan recently, what's it called? Malignant. That's a James Wan film.
Oh,
That'd be a fun pairing of guys,
Yeah.
because they both kind of have a little enough of a sense of humor about the thing.
Right.
I think that'd be pretty good. I don't know how many fucking Dogger Pillars. How many Dogger Pillar thumbs?
All the Dogger Pillars.
Out of 10.
I'm doing 10 Dogger Pillars
Are
because
you
they're
really?
so cute.
Yeah? Are you giving this a 10?
No.
Okay.
I'm giving Dogger Pillars a 10. I'll give Dogger Pillars 10
Okay.
out of 10.
Well, how many Dogger
Actually, probably, because, I mean, how many little pillars does a caterpillar have there?
How many little
That's a
pillars?
lot.
What?
Yeah, caterpillars, they have a shitload of legs. No, I'm just saying I'd give him more than 10 because, again, so many
He's got a
legs.
bunch of Dogger Pillar legs. Yeah.
Dogger Pillars. I don't know. Five and a half.
Okay.
5.5 black cat Dogger Pillars, though.
Why are they black?
Because they were green. That's not as good.
Yeah,
Rotten.
they should have been a
Oh,
different
rotten.
color.
He
They
was
should've-
very bright. Like, he was like the hungry little caterpillar.
You
Oh my
raise an interesting point, because they could have easily been a color
Gray.
that dogs
Like-
are, you know? It's not like caterpillars aren't like gray, brown with specks of black and white, yellow, like, but bright green. That's just
It's like the hungry.
that's a
hungry
fucking inchworm, my
caterpillar
dude.
thing is
That's
what
a
I'm
fucking
thinking of.
inchworm.
No, the hungry caterpillar is like the exact same thing as that, but
Dumb.
yeah. Anywho, I'll do 5.5 though,
Okay. All right.
just
5.5.
because it was fine. It was like I don't know, it was fine.
I think I'm gonna go 6.5. I would have preferred it been kind of scary.
Yeah, for
Like,
sure. Me too.
Any horror
Dude,
element
if that
to it at all.
caterpillar, the dogapillar, had like a fucking
Like a Cujo.
just a fucking
Just have it go Cujo. They're trapped in the house with
Right.
it.
even for 5 minutes.
And it's got rabies.
Even for 5 minutes.
It's got prehistoric Doggerpillar rabies.
right.
Yeah.
That would have been a 6 for me.
That thing
But
was
it didn't,
yeah,
didn't do it.
it's true.
So.
Yeah, I think I would have landed at a 6.5 because it did have some like kind of ambitious stop motion stuff that I really liked. I like the skeleton horse.
Yeah.
It's only a couple of
Oh, I
seconds,
did
but I
forget
really
about that,
liked it.
but I don't know.
I like the skeleton
I think
horse.
the whole
I like the
movie
big-
was ambitious. I just think
the
it
big
didn't
worm
like
thing.
nail anything down.
Yeah,
It like
a lot of the
swing and a miss on a lot of it.
yeah, the look, almost all of it.
5.5.
Mine is really just for like I like the looks, and that's most of what I show up for. I wish it would have had some more substance to it. The story was kind of flat and weird. Anyway, next segment of the show.
Hey, what you watching?
What?
What you been watching? I know, like the same shit I've been watching. I know what you've been doing, bitch.
What you been doing?
I've been playing.
Mhm.
I've been playing Medieval Dynasty with you.
Oh yeah. You
Yeah,
played it a little bit without me.
I did play it a little bit without you. One night I played it
Yeah,
without
see.
you,
And
and then I wound up
I
starting
do
over.
like it, but also you did start over.
Yeah,
You fucked yourself though. That's why
I did. I think I fucked myself again too. Honestly, if I'd have started, because I paid my
Well-
taxes and they weren't that bad. They weren't that bad, but I was like, they're going to be a lot, and I am going to want to start over again, or like literally wreck all my buildings.
I will not start over again. What I'm doing is waiting for the game Renee is playing. I cannot remember the name of it.
What is the name?
I
of that
don't
game?
remember. But
It starts with a P.
Pias? Plias? Pilas?
Pilas. Pretty sure that's it. Pilas.
Shut up. It starts with a P and ends with ass. No. Because name
Pias.
it's something. It is.
It is. It's got a weird name.
Pause.
No.
Google.
Because it's like a regular word, but the last syllable's different. Dear Google, what's the name of the game that Renee is playing?
Don't even tell me. Pila.
Pila?
Pila.
Pila?
I don't fucking really know. Pila. No. Well, anywho, it's only out, and I want to play that one more than I want to play this one.
Yeah,
but I'm
that's
just
true.
playing this one because I do like it, and I like the look, but I feel like, right. I mean, you could read it all, and it will tell you, but it doesn't say it out loud, and that sucks. So
right.
It's like, and it gets a little confusing.
Yep.
Because everything's a little different. But it is a really fun game, and I do like it, but I'm looking forward to playing the game Nay's playing. I do not remember the name of it.
Pila. Maybe.
It's P. It does start with the P.
We're not sure. What else have we watched anything else this week?
This week? No.
I started watching Terrified, and then I fell asleep.
Yeah, that's a movie that...
Put on last night. It's in Spanish.
Yeah, I wasn't doing it. I wasn't watching it.
Yeah.
It was in Spanish.
Yeah.
Yeah, just because, I don't know. I'm not doing that right now.
No, I'll
sometimes I'm not. Sometimes I'm like, you put on movies, I'm like, absolutely not. I do not want to read. I just hate reading. It's 10 o'clock at night. I don't want to read.
Yeah.
Make me read, and then also I can't understand what they're saying. At least give me a, I don't know.
Yeah, I prefer subtitled to dubbed because, man, a lot of the dubs are just weird.
I like the dub because I can hear it.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, it really just depends on the time of day. But late at night like that, I just don't want to dick with it. I don't want to even invest in it at all.
Wow,
but
I get you, dog. I have been reading Broca's Brain by Carl Sagan. I'm 3 chapters in.
Oh, I thought you were going to say 3 pages.
No, the
That's
chapters.
pretty good.
Yeah.
How long is the chapter?
So I was down talking to my dad the other day, and he's got a Kindle on the counter. I was like, man, I need to get me one of these. And he's like, just take that one. I haven't read it in months.
Right.
I was like, fuck.
He bought it because he got rid of his Dish network.
Yeah.
He got rid of the TV, so he was like,
yeah,
needs something to do.
Yeah.
Which I guess nice is for you, because he...
God, the text was fucking huge. It's on that Kindle. Shove it in your bag if you got 10 minutes. Not at work. I read most of that. I've read most of those 3 chapters that I've read already in like 5 minutes.
Well, I don't have time at work to read it at all.
Yeah, no,
my lunch break I do, but no, I just like in general, I'm just like, I don't know. I just never have had that type of like. I
just like to read. I just don't. I would rather put the time towards something else usually.
Yeah.
Whatever that is, like
like watching stuff, but we have nothing.
Yeah, I got to put it into my stories, which is just what books are. Still stories. Same story, different art.
Your tapes.
Yeah, my tapes, and I do my tape-ins. I listen to my podcasts.
Yeah, why isn't it milk?
Why isn't it milk? Fucking masterminds. Let's see here. What else? I'm not watching anything else. I caught up on What We Do in the Shadows, the new season of What We Do in the Shadows. I know it's not your jam.
No, it's not.
You ever try it?
You try to have me try it.
Did you ever try it, though?
I do not.
Okay.
No, you try to have me try it, but I reject. So I object.
I was not going to try it. No, I'm being you.
No.
I was saying.
You're supposed to say, I object, Your Honor.
This deposition is over.
You've been practicing for weeks. Literally.
Can't believe I left you hanging. Badgering the witness.
Literally. But no, I don't know. I don't, especially since I got the new job. We just kind of been watching the same stuff. Like, was it Breaking Bad?
Breaking Bad. We're almost done with Breaking Bad.
I watch like my cooking shows and stuff that you don't watch. And,
yeah,
pretty much.
Watch them a little bit, I guess. Now I'll just sit in there and read my book, though.
Nice. Yeah, that'd be nice. But There's really not much.
No, we if we had
I listened to
movies pod, and yeah, as we say at the end of every episode
what?
of It's Just Two Movies.
Go fuck yourself.
You guys aren't gonna start sucking each other's dicks, are you?
Let's call that gold talk for a one-eyed Batman.
Can I make a suggestion that doesn't involve violence? Or is this the wrong crowd?
Maybe we should call in a bomb threat to Houston. I think it's free beer night at the Astrodome.
The Jedi, Bob, we don't fight with guns, we fight with our mind.
Cousin businesses are booming.
That is one big pile of shit.
Jog on.
It's Just Two Movies is a production of Blue Cheese and Bacon Studios and can be found wherever you get your podcasts.
All right, special thanks for the people who helped make this show. That is going to be Russ Tafari, God-Sized and Growing, and Sons for our music, Lamplighter Productions for our artwork. Oh yeah, I definitely want to throw out a thanks to Dave, who takes care of our YouTube platform, and Justin, who has started doing our TikTok. You can find us on TikTok at Just Two Movies Pod. Yeah, so hit us up on socials and tell your friends and leave us a like if you could. That's the show.
Once we get hitched.
once we get hitched, maybe we get you a new podcasting table.
No, I was just going to say you can take one of those tables if you want.
I could take the kitchen table, I guess. Then we could just get a new kitchen table. What? What does that look for?
That look is, I've only been saying that for 10 years.
Yeah, well, it finally is not a bad idea.
I literally have been like,